That's where John is. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Come all of you. Come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you. Come all of us, and bless the one who blesses.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Welcome everybody to Temple B'nai Or. I hope you all had a wonderful Thursday night and Friday that just happened to be a national holiday. Now, to all of you who have friends, family who celebrate Christmas, I hope they had a wonderful holiday, and I hope you all had a nice day off. But now is our day off, Shabbat. So I hope you all have a Shabbat Shalom. Let's welcome each other from wherever we are. Put into the chat box, say Shabbat Shalom. If you're on YouTube, you can put it in the comments. We can look at each other in the put your cameras or put your screens on the gallery so you can see everybody and say Shabbat Shalom. I hope you, some of you might have had Chinese food. Some of you, I hope you didn't go to the movie theater. No offense to the movie theater business, but maybe you watched Wonder Woman at home as I did today. So Shabbat Shalom to you all. And so now it's my honor to welcome our congregant, Nancy Hertz Ellis, who happens to be in Georgia with her family, to welcome Shabbat with the lighting of the candles. Her daughter, Kathy Ellis Bruin, her son-in-law, Greg, her granddaughter is Madison, and Caitlin.
We sing to you, be gracious to the ones we love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and Nancy, if you would be so kind as to unmute yourself and to sing the blessing with us. Thank you for your beautiful light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishana b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Nancy, as you gave our Shabbat homes light with the light from your family, the light from your Shabbat candles, may the light pass from generation to generation as you're there with the generations of your family. May God bless all of you and bless your Shabbat. May it be one filled with joy and rest and happiness, and may your time with your family be filled with the same. We all say amen.
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 Thank you.
Amen. And we're also grateful that we're joined by your family. We're so humbled and happy to have all of you with us tonight. So thank you for being with us. We continue on page 24 in the prayer book, Shalom Aleichem, inviting the angels of Shabbat to bring light from the four corners of the earth into our homes. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharim, Malachei Kadosh Baruch.
You did good. You did good.
Ochem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Yehi Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch. Baruchuni leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Yehi Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Yehi Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
So the majority culture in America, if they take their holidays seriously, are talking about redemption. And yet our prayer that we're coming to L'Chadodi also talks about redemption. As I say often, that Shabbat is personified as a bride entering your house, but also Shabbat is seen as a vision of redemption, meaning a vision of what the world can be. In fact, verse 4, which we don't have a slide for, but verse 4 even talks about someone from Bethlehem, the original person from Bethlehem. Lift yourself up, shake off the dust, array yourself in beauty, O my people, at the hand of the son of Jesse, who is David from Bethlehem. Bring deliverance into my life. But what does this mean? What does redemption, what does deliverance mean? It means when the whole world can be like its Shabbat. That's what Shabbat is, a taste, as our rabbis say, a taste of the world to come. And yet we know that we're not there. When we get to Saturday night, we know we're not there. The world is as it is, not as it should be. We'll talk a little bit more about Jewish views of redemption in my sermon. But right now, let's meditate on what Shabbat can be and how Shabbat can inform how the world should be. L'Chadodi is on page 20.
Shabbat
זכור בניגוד לך השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתחילה מראש מקדם לסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה כבוד אדוני אלוהים נגלה יאללה לך דודי יאללה לקראת קלה יאללה בני שבת בואי ושלום חתמת בלה גם בשמחה ובטוב עולם תוך אמונך עם סגולה בואי חלה, בואי חלה יאללה לך דודי יאללה לקראת קלה יאללה בני שבת And now energized, we prepare to pray with Baruch Hu. If you are able, please rise. We stay in G major. And we are blessed to be together. We are blessed to pray together on this night. Baruch Hu et Adonai
pray together on page 30. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chokhmah potech sha'arim, u'bitvuna mishanei itim, machalif et hazmanim, Msader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or.
מעביר יום ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, החי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך חיים לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב הרבים.
Amen.
בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוציא את ידכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, a song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Amen.
We continue with Hashivenu tonight in English, continuing to ask each other and God to embrace us and protect us. Adonai, help us to sleep peacefully this night and rise with energy in the morning. Unfurl over us a shelter of your peace. Restore us with your wise counsel and take us out of harm's way. Shield us from and remove from our midst violence, hunger, and anguish. Dislodge obstacles from before and behind us and shelter us in the shade of your wings. For you watch us and pull us from danger. You, so compassionate and kind, guarding our comings and goings towards life and peace, now and forever. Bountiful are you, protecting us always. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'poreh sukat shalom, aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Page 44.
continue with the prayer section we refer to as the Amidah. We stand together as one community. We bring our attention to our bodies and to this present moment. We breathe deeply together as one community. If we are able, we rise, we extend ourselves, perhaps root ourselves deeply in the ground, perhaps we extend our arms out and take a stretch, and we say the words together. We ask God to open up our lips, and then we each bring it inward to our own independent prayers that may follow the words of the prayer book or the words of our heart. And when you have concluded this section, please be seated. אם את רוצה עכשיו לברוח. The words from Psalm 118, Min hametzar karati ya, anani v'merchav ya. They talk about feeling constricted and feeling like you want to call out. And I don't know if there is supposed to be a response when you call out, but it still talks about that need to call out. And our thoughts now turn to the people in our community feeling. And since we are all feeling such a need to say those prayers, I feel like we all need to call out. So I hope the words of Psalm 18 inspire us to call out for healing for our community. We think specifically tonight of Charlotte Aberman, Judy Allen, Joyce Becker, Larry Benson, Judy Blaustein, Margot Blaustein, Norman Blaustein, Lee Broadwin, Caledonia Sorald, Claudia DiGizu, Nicholas DiGizu, Ted Fried, Sally Friedman, Jerry Gundy, Lena Alexandrova Berlovich Hammer, Ray Hyatt, Oliver David Horn, Michael Kaplan, Sheila Karner, Joseph Lupkin, Lori Mazzarella, Michael Morrissey, Judy Rodona, Bobsy Rifkin, David Rifkin, Eileen Reinfleisch, Janice Rosenkrantz, Charlie Rosenthal, Karen Rousseau, Don Rubin, Deanie Schlosser, Barbara Sabiri, Deb Sabiri, Bernice Zaid, Anita Swatinsky, Glenn Swatinsky, Marjorie Van Dow, Lisa Wolper, Edie Weinstein, Jennifer Jan Concerto. As it is our custom, please add the names of the people who you are thinking of at this time. If I did not mention them, please add them to our prayers, and we join together singing the words of the Misha Berach.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of our world. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home in every heart. And we can say, Amen. As I said at the beginning of the service, I want to talk a bit about redemption. It's not, it's a word we Jews might think sounds too, let's say this doesn't sound Jewish, but they got it from us. Let me show you something. Here's part of the Avot, the first blessing of the Amidah you saw a few seconds ago. And I want to tell you how our Reform ancestors changed things a little bit. So it says that God will umevi geula lifnei v'neihem l'man shmo b'ahava. God brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Brings redemption to the children of our ancestors, us. But actually, this word right here, geula, redemption, in a traditional prayer book would say, and God brings a redeemer, umevi goel livnei v'neihem leman shemo b'ahava. So what do these words mean? Redemption, redeemer, geula, goel. Geula, redemption, generally means the idea the idea of the world at peace, like Shabbat is a taste of. And a redeemer, a goel, is someone who brings us there. Of course, in the classical Jewish imagination, this person is called the Mashiach, the one who has been anointed with oil like the kings of Israel in the past, who will come one day, help unite the Jewish people, bring us back to the land of Israel, spread peace throughout the world. Right. They got that from us too. They changed it a little bit. Redemption, of course, in Christianity sometimes means being freed from sin. Now, in our regular parlance, it could mean that we redeem ourselves when we make teshuvah, when we repair our past, when we get back on the right path and repair the wrong we've done to others, the wrongs we've done in life. That's kind of a redemption too, a personal redemption. So this week's Torah portion spotlights two examples of a goel, of a redeemer. Two examples of geulah, of redemption, two examples of people who take on the mantle of leadership and give a vision of what a goel, a redeemer, can be in the future. One example is Joseph. This week's Torah portion, Vayigash, the last few weeks, next week's, the end of the book of Genesis, it's a novella, a story full of drama and passion and pathos. What kind of redeemer does Joseph represent? Joseph is charismatic. Joseph is organized. He organizes the society of Egypt. He becomes the prime minister to the Pharaoh. He has a plan to get through a famine, and he brings redemption to his family, who are in the middle of a famine in Canaan too, who come down to Egypt. He saves them from famine. This is one example, the charismatic leader, the planner, the organizer. The other example is Yehudah, Judah, Joseph's older half-brother. Judah is a complicated character. Judah, while his other brothers wanted to kill Joseph a couple weeks ago in the Torah portion, Judah said, no, let's just sell him into slavery. So he was not quite as bad as his other brothers, but not so great. Judah starts to redeem himself, though, as the Torah portions go on. 2 weeks ago, we learn that he loses two sons, and he feels what it feels like to grieve like his father Jacob, because Judah and his brothers told Jacob that Joseph was dead. He develops empathy. Judah, who is very cruel to his daughter-in-law, I won't need to get into the details, but she teaches him how cruel he was, and he apologizes. Judah redeems himself there. And Judah, in this week's Torah portion, when Joseph says that he needs the brothers who don't know it's Joseph to bring back their youngest brother, Benjamin, Judah says, no, take my life instead. Judah, who's becomes willing to sacrifice himself for the rest of his family, for the sake of his father, who would be filled with more grief, losing two sons. Judah, in Jewish tradition, is the ancestor of the house of David, who become the kings of the southern kingdom of Judah. Joseph is the ancestor of Ephraim, who become the line of the kings of the northern kingdom of Israel, which ultimately gets destroyed before the kingdom of Judah. Our tradition says the future redeemer, the Goel, which our prayer book takes out, will come from the family of Judah. So what is the Torah saying here about redeemers? One, maybe we could see ourselves in Judah. We can be a redeemer, a goel, someone who can bring peace through our journey of brokenness. So we bring more wholeness back into our lives. We can bring the world into wholeness, into peace, with our brokenness, with that experience of brokenness. And that the charismatic Joseph, maybe he's great in the moment, organizes the saving plan for the moment, but maybe he's not the vision of the future. And so this night, or this day that many in the world celebrated an idea of redemption, we Jews have that 3 times a day in our Amidah. We have that every week when we have a taste of that at Shabbat. And we have this vision, we have an idea that to be a redeemer, to be one who brings wholeness, who brings peace, you don't got to be perfect. None of us are. We just have to learn from our brokenness, try to repair our brokenness, try to move forward, and try to bring wholeness to others. So may we be blessed, all of us, with a Shabbat of Geulah, a Shabbat of redemption. Shabbat Shalom. So let us rise, if you're able, for Aleinu, page 282, our summary prayer in the service that has this vision of the world at peace.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye, when may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד. ביום
We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. We send our condolences to the recent death of Reba Goldstein, the grandmother of our member David Fields. The funeral information will come soon. And we're now in the period of Shloshim, the first month, the morning of Marva Lalk. This week marks the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of Bertha Einbender, Sophie Alter, Kurt Benjamin, Max Cherniak, Ruth Cohen, Bertha Ehrenreich, Maurice Epstein, Samuel Farbin, Judy Flatow, Morris Fogelson, Burton V. Frank, Nathan Gold, Samuel Goldenberg, Helen Gordon, Morris Greenberger, Irving Helderman, Richard Hess, William Jacobson, Jack Kaplan, Martin Lazarus, Rose Haskell Levy, Z. David Levy, Jason Allen Lewis, Samuel Lieber, Albert Lieberman, Cecil Lieberman, Shirley Litwin, Rose Luray, George Molesky, Alfred Mazer, Mary Mazzarella, Benjamin M. Meltzer, Alter Milberg, David Miter, Joseph Morrissey, Edward Myers, Henrietta Nehemkis, Samuel Noss, Doris Orgel, Albert Osman, Erwin Lerner, Benjamin Levin, Marcella Pavilionis, Ted Phillips, Ruth Pober, Alexander Prince, Shelley Raskin, Romaine Sachs, Charles L. Schwartz, Max Schwartz, Erna Weinschenk Strauss, Ethel Strauss, Marlene Tanzer, William Thomas, Harry Vygotsky, Molly Vygotsky, David Wallace, Rose Weinschenk, Carol Weiland, Sam Zahn, Eric Rosner Zaziski, and Franziska Zucker. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. If you're remembering someone, please, you can put their names in the chat, say their names out loud. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 294. If you'd like to join in, please feel free to unmute yourself. Yit Gadal, Yit Kadash, Shmei Rabbah, Yalma, Yirach, Yimutei, Yamlich, Malchutei. B'chayachon, Yom Echon, Chaye B'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala u'bizman kariv, Imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Ba Mevorach, Le'olam Amen. Maya, Yitbarach, Yistabach, Yitar, Yitamam, Yitnaseh. Yithadar, Yitalev, Yithalal, Shmei V'Kedusha, B'Richu. E'ela Me'ol V'Chata V'Shirata, Yushbachata V'Nechemata, Damiran V'Ama, V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shema Rabbah Min Shemaya, Hayim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael, V'Imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Mromav, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael, V'Imru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say,
Amen.
Our honor tonight to invite our congregant Don Piermont to lead us in Kiddush.
We honor Don for all of his leadership that he does with the choir. He is our coordinator, and he does so much more whenever we ask him to step up. He's always there. So thank you, Don, for all that you do for us. And please lead us in Kiddush tonight.
Oh, am I unmuted?
You're
No,
good.
you're
Yeah,
good.
okay.
We hear you now.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagofen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavonu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahavas uratzon himilanu, zikaron l'maseh v'neishit, ki hu yom tehila l'mikrei kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu v'acharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kadshecha, v'ahava uvratzon, hinhaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
Amen. L'chaim.
And we conclude with Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat shalom. Friends, we're taking tomorrow off from Bagels and Torah, but there's always so much going on at Temple B'nai Or, so check the website, check your emails, and remember at the end of the year that we have been doing our best to be here for you this crazy year. So if you would be so kind, if you see it in your heart, that you continue to support us. Shabbat shalom.
And we bless you and stay for the oneg.
Yes, stay for the oneg.
Yeah.